Welcome to the Childish Grown-Up Show, where we treat each episode like your movie theater experience. We catch up with one another, play some games, talk previews, and before you know it, it's time for the feature presentation. So sit tight and enjoy this ride of nostalgia on the Childish Grown-Up Show.
Welcome back to another episode of the Childish Grown-Up Show, your favorite day of the week, Mia's favorite month of the year. And maybe this is one of your favorite films that we're going to review today. I am Maurice Hunt III, aka Mo. I'm here with my two co-hosts, Mia B, Ash Bash. Ladies, how y'all feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Excited for this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling good too. Excited. Have a lot going on, but in a good way. So feeling good.
Good. I'm feeling good as well. It's always great to be able to have these conversations and talk about movies and get good laughter and just good energy going. So, and it's busyness of being adults. So, yeah. So first and foremost, we want to acknowledge the Stoop kids. I think we got one comment from our, our best Stoop kid because she's the most active, and it is from Mama C. She said, "I have never seen this movie before, and I am not a Snoop Dogg fan as far as movies are concerned. I love his music. I might have to watch it one day." Referring to our last episode of Bones, of course. Mia, is this a referral you would give Mama C?
No. I feel like I know her very well. She would watch this movie and call me like, "Girl, what do you got me over here watching?" So, but it could be fun. Like, it could be a fun, like, comedy watch for her. Like, I feel like she would think it was funny. Like, she would be amused by some of the ridiculousness of the movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think if you want to enjoy our reviews more, I mean, I know some people like Mama C and some others, they just like to listen to us talk about movies, and sometimes it'd be like that where you're like, I'm not about to take the time to watch this movie, but I want to hear what y'all about to say on air. So it always works. I definitely say watch some of these movies, just because sometimes it does fill in some blanks. You know what I mean? When you watch it, I've done that before, so it does fill in some blanks, so you could laugh with the, with the people that are podcasting and stuff. Ash Bash, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, everything you said pretty much. Sometimes, like even me watching when I was listening to your Sopranos podcast, Good Earners, check it out. I haven't watched The Sopranos, but I enjoy y'all's chemistry so much that I feel like, y'all make me feel like I'm included, even though I haven't tuned in. So,
well, thank you. Mm-hmm. And just a shameless plug, since she's brought that up, we've done a spinoff podcast, No More Half Measures, a Breaking Bad podcast. If y'all haven't, y'all definitely go over there and listen, because we already getting right to it with the 2 episodes that we have out. So y'all have time if y'all want to catch up and do a rewatch with us. We only on episode 2. So y'all got perfect time to go ahead, run it on Netflix. It's easy to find, and y'all gonna get some entertaining banter and breakdowns of that. And go listen to Good Earnest if you're a Sopranos fan. It's some of the best work that I've ever been a part of. So yeah. And that is all of our comments from our Stoop kids. Y'all can reach out, of course, childishgrownups3@gmail.com, or leave a comment on our YouTube. Please leave an Apple review. We would be greatly, if y'all leave an Apple review, we're gonna make sure we get y'all the best candy in your pumpkin bags. You know what I'm saying? For real. We ain't gonna throw no raisins in there. We ain't gonna throw no apple in there. We're gonna give you nothing but the best candy. So y'all definitely subscribe, leave a comment, an Apple review. That will help us greatly. So Moving forward, childish grown up moment. Ash Bash. I'm gonna throw it in your court first.
Something small, something light. Me and the hubby, we were on YouTube. We're YouTube surfers pretty much every day, and we went to Kurt Angle. Like I was like, something made me want to look at some Kurt Angle footage. He's a WWE wrestler, um, retired of course, but it was super nostalgic because we grew up watching Kurt Angle and we played obviously the wrestling games, No Mercy,
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo 64. If you know, you know. Um, but getting older and becoming more mature is realizing that Kurt Angle was freaking cold.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
we did not like Kurt Angle, and I don't know if we put him in a handicap match, me and my bro. Like if he beat our favorite wrestler in real life, we would get on the game and put him in a 2 versus 1 and beat him up, and
Oh
get him
yes.
bloody, everything.
Yeah, everything.
That's how much we didn't like him. But like I said, getting older and maturing is realizing, yo, dude is nice.
Yeah.
And I actually ended up starting using him on the game, like, cause I'm like, yo, he's really his move set is the truth.
Yeah, it is.
So, and I didn't realize he fought all of the people that we liked, Stone Cold, John Cena. I'm like, yo, he was really getting
Mm-hmm.
to it.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Kurt Angle, and it put us in this happy space where we was just cheesing and vibing, and it was a whole moment. But yeah,
T was in the wrestling too.
absolutely,
Yeah, we're gonna have some
absolutely.
conversations. I can't wait. Yeah, I gotta just a side tangent, sidebar rather. You know who was number one on the handicap that we was beating up? He's definitely
Rand,
huh?
it wasn't Randy Orton.
Nah, that was a little further down. It's right there. It's the person that we couldn't believe was as built as they were. You know who it is. Remember we said
Brock
I'm
Lesnar?
nah. Remember I'm give you the clue. So he was really muscular, but we didn't know because he always wore suits. When that jacket
Triple
came off,
H?
I can't believe. I'm all right. I'm gonna have to give it to you. So keep it. Vince McMahon.
Oh man.
We stayed handicap beating this dude up. For real, for real. So nah, but you're absolutely right. Getting older is recognizing that Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, some of the heels in wrestling that we grew up on in the Attitude Era, they were absolutely like that's why I love watching that stuff now. But here's one real quick, and me, I'll let you respond as well as give your childish grown up moment. My under now, what I gotta say, and I want you to check it out, you and Tyler, since y'all kind of in it a little bit. Go back and look at some of Shane McMahon's like highlights, bro. Like that is getting older is realizing like this man was jumping off of like cages, falling off of like, the entryway. Like, bro, he doing elbow drop. Like I said, bro, that's crazy. Like you talk about breaking the nepotism stigma. Like really both of them. And
I hated Shane. Hated
oh
him
yeah,
too.
we hated Shane and why can't I think of his sister? I don't know why it's not coming to me. Stephanie.
Funny.
Both of them like got really involved. So anyway, I can go on a whole. This ain't a wrestling podcast, but we can go on a whole tangent. Mia, was you ever connected to that at all, or that wasn't even in your universe?
No, it
Okay.
was really my thing. My older sister was really into wrestling, but I just never really got into it. The most I knew was when the boys were cute and I had a crush on a specific wrestler. And
What
that
wrestler was that?
well, of course, The Rock when he came on the scene, John Cena,
Oh.
and then those little Hawaiian, Samoan,
Oh, the newer guys, the Usos.
them brothers.
Yeah, the
They
Usos.
were really cute, but I've heard that they're problematic, but we won't even go there. But yeah.
That's hilarious. All right, well, that's good. Okay, got some connection there. I feel it. All right. Well, what about you? You got a childish grown up moment for us?
I don't, y'all. I'm sorry, and I know I'll be slacking on the childish grown up moment, but in this season of Mia's life, it's a whole lot of grown up, not as much childish, but we gonna get there. I'm thinking, around the holidays it's gonna get a bit more childish, but I'm gonna keep looking for it. moving forward. But right now, you know.
What the good thing is that you moved in a interesting time because you still got time to like put your things where they need to go, get built for at least Thanksgiving, and then you're really in your bag by Christmas. You're like, okay, we're fully settled in. So that's the good thing about it. You know what I mean? So I'm excited for that for you, and same with us. Like when we get situated too, it's gonna be like, oh, whew. Now we can actually get back into get the tree up, get the Mariah Carey playing, and all that good stuff. For me, my childish grown up moment, I was listening to this guy. I was YouTube surfing, similar to Ash, and I was listening to this guy, and it said it's this Gen Z. His channel, I don't know if this is his real name or not. I'm not familiar. I don't really watch streamers, but his name was Vertical, and his stream. So he was reacting. It was like a 2-hour stream. I didn't watch the whole thing, but he was reacting to College Dropout for the first time. And when I tell y'all, I was cheesing. Because dude, like he really don't know Kanye. Like when we knew Kanye, like when he first came out, like the people's champ, like speaking for us, like all of the insecurities and all that. And this man's reaction was like so good. Like soon as that drug dealing just to get high, stack your money. Like the way he was like, what? He was like, what? His reactions were so amazing, bro. I was cheesing with him. I'm like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like I'm talking to my computer screen. I'm like, that's what I'm saying, bro. This is real rap. You can hear the words. Like, because they so used to like not listening to lyrics. So it was just a fun thing to see, like a younger generation not being familiar with what we grew up on. And it obviously gives a nostalgia. Like as soon as he got to slow jams, he was sitting there snapping, getting into it. Like, bro, what is? I was like, yeah, bro, it was a time. It was a time. Like, bro, it just took me back to like just how much Kanye meant to us. Like back then, like he was. Oh man, I can go on for days about like the old Kanye, as many of us can. But man, it was just fun to see that. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get back into that because you know how people have they're like a son and dad will react, or dad and daughter react. They listen and they'll play something for each other type things, like try to put them on. I kind of like that stuff, which is crazy, but I guess it's just kind of putting you in like this club with them. So I'm gonna try to get more into that. But that's my childish growing up moment. Just watching the Gen Z listen to the College Dropout. Like, come on.
I actually have a really good father-son page that I follow on YouTube where the son is always introducing his dad to different like neo soul, hip hop, R&B. And it's really cute. I'm gonna have to find it again because I've been slacking on that too and tell you and see if you like listened to them before or watched them before.
Are they black or white?
They are, well, the dad is white and the son is biracial. I think he's like Asian, like half Asian. Like that.
Okay. Yeah, definitely send that in the chat for sure. Because I've seen some videos before, like, you know what I mean. But because I know there's that dad and his daughter with the glasses. Like I think they like New York or something, East Coast, something like that. But I catch clips every here and there. But like I do, and what I really do like is like another guilty pleasure sidebar. It's just like sometimes seeing like people that don't listen to hip hop, like they're like rock. White people that listen to hip hop, like a song for the first time or whatever, they're like, okay, this is really interesting. This is, I seen a white dad like crying hearing Dear Mama. Like
I think that might have been him.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know that. Well, I don't know. You can shoot, but he heard Dear Mama and he was just so moved by it. Like, and I was like, man, that exactly. So, but yeah. But yeah, y'all know all of the handles and everything. Send us y'all childish grown up moment. We're waiting. Now we ain't gonna be waiting too long now, y'all. Come on now, because eventually the street lights come on. We gotta hop on them bikes and get back to the crib. But we'll hang out and we'll wait for you. You know what I'm saying? But so y'all send us y'all childish grown up moments. Ash.
All right, it's time for the flash with Ash. So I got a couple of fun facts and just a few would you rathers today.
Oh, thank God.
So since we are in 1998, thought I'd bring back Sexiest Man, Sexiest Woman. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Let's see what we're thinking about these. So we'll start with you, bro. For the Sexiest Woman of 1998, they titled Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny
How
McCarthy.
do you feel about it?
Okay, let me pull it up here. The name is familiar.
Go to the head, bam.
Oh, is Jenny McCarthy? This is not 98.
98.
I don't know about that one. I'm not mad at it, but I thought it was I thought it was old girl from 90210. I'm about to say, oh yeah, but I'm not mad at it, but I don't I don't know what she was known for. Is there any you got any follow up information on that? Just
Very familiar.
let me see what it say.
Two
Just
and a Half Men, the Masked Singer, Scary Movie, Scream.
mm,
So she's in some things, but
mm, okay.
you're not going for it.
Now, y'all go and I'm gonna see if I can rival that.
All right. For us, Mia, B, sexiest man of 1998, Harrison Ford. Yeah, this
You,
batch wasn't really it.
It I can't. Okay, I feel like Harrison Ford was like, hold on, already kind of old in 1998.
Pretty crazy. But
well,
yeah,
But even before that, it's not my thing, you know. But to each their own. The voting committee must have been very, very
yeah,
must have had an
very,
agenda or something, but
very
that was
seasoned.
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, Harrison Ford, not at all. Not, not at all.
I guess so. Like, I mean, was Britney Spears hot in '98?
she was young. I feel like she had just come out around that time.
Hmm.
So
I
she was
mean,
probably still like 16 and 17.
yeah, I guess we were so young too, so it was kind of like. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess we got to roll with it, but I do feel like there's another contender. But I mean, maybe she was just lit at the time. I'm not sure, but
Era where I was seeing her a lot. I feel like I can't pinpoint what it was, but I feel like she just that her familiarity. Like I see her on, I don't know, like hosting, or I
I
remember seeing her a lot at some point.
mm-hmm.
But
I watched The Masked Singer, and I remember her from Scary Movie. I just know
mhm.
she gives that stereotypical all American
Oh
sis.
yeah, beauty type thing. Mm,
But
yeah,
Harrison, I don't know how they came
I
up
mean,
with that, but
yeah, I mean, Leah could be in the running for
that's
sure.
crazy. But
But yeah,
but yeah,
that's
so just
interesting.
yeah. I thought I'd share, wanted to get y'all thoughts. I already knew what it would be, but hey, you gotta bring it to the panel.
Hey, no, I like it. I feel like you put us back into the magazine vibe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It
Absolutely.
felt like very magazine-ish. So
You know
it's
what I
dope.
mean?
A little flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Little flavor, living single on the last, okay.
Ah,
Anywho, so we're gonna get into a little bit of teen trouble, right? On this would you rather. Would you rather get detention with Mr. Belding from Saved by the Bell or be grounded by Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I'm gonna go detention with Mr. Belding. Uncle Phil is a pretty scary person when he gets angry. Like and I mean, Mr. Belding was so lenient. That's the one off. Like you got detention for that day, maybe a couple days, but like punishment with Uncle Phil, like I feel like unless Aunt Viv steps in and say, let the boy do this, yada, or let the girl, I feel like he gonna really, he gonna lock you in. But I think Belding, you have some, and this is obviously before cell phones and everything, y'all. But I think Belding, like you can get some freedom in there. You never know who's in there. There's opportunities always. So I'm definitely taking detention with Mr. Belding.
I'm gonna have to agree because it's detention, and in Saved by the Bell universe, you're gonna be in there with some folks.
Yeah.
And, it's just an hour after school to, you know, be a little bit mischievous in there too.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
only reason I would say, like, I almost went with Uncle Phil just because I feel like anytime he put any of the kids on punishment, they got out of it fairly quickly, some way or another. But in the grand scheme of things, detention, it is.
Okay. Yeah, we're going trips. I'm going detention as well. It's short lived. You're probably in there with some class clowns. So it's probably going to be somebody getting in even more trouble than
Yeah.
why y'all even in there in the first place. So it's going to be a good time. Then you get to go home and still just do your regular hangout, play the game, whatever you're into. So yeah, I'm going detention with Mr. Belding. All right. Next up, would you rather spend the day hanging out with Doug, Funny, and Skeeter or go on a wild adventure with the Rugrats? Specifically, Tommy, Chucky, and Angelica.
I'm definitely going with the Rugrats. I'm not a big Doug fan. I like Skeeter Valentine a lot, but
I like them too.
I don't I always felt like Doug was just hesitant all the time about things. So I can't. I mean, they did like the Beats. That was the rock band they were into. So you can do that. You might go to the Honker Burger or something like that, which is cool little kick it spot. But I don't know. I like the Rugrats. It's on site where every day we link up and fellowship. We're going on an adventure, like period. Like it don't matter what it is. We got a mission and we're going to it. And shout out to the episode where they was at this playground where there was this bully on the playground. Like they would like. I love when shows switch the setting, and that bully. Like I don't know if y'all remember, there was a girl there and she was blowing a bubble and. And Tommy had to step up. It was like he was like a cowboy, and he had the little screwdriver he uses to get out of the playpen, and like that mean bully girl kept like just doing everybody dirty, and she came up popping, blowing a balloon, and Tommy hit her with the screw. It popped, and it got in her hair, and she had to cut all her hair out, and she got that humble treatment. You know what I'm saying? Be humble, sit down, and that's what Tommy did. And so it was just that. And then like them going through the mirror land, like when they flipped over the mirror and they thought they was in like everything's opposite, like that was just fire to me, So I'm a Rugrats all day.
She got that Harriet the Spy treatment, huh?
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah, because not too much of my girl. Y'all trying to fuck my girl.
Oh.
But I'm gonna agree again. Like, don't get me wrong. I was a Doug fan. I did really like it, but in the grand scheme of like cartoons,
Mm-hmm.
it seemed like it would just be boring. Like, not boring, but like every day. They just did teenage stuff. It wasn't anything adventurous or out of the ordinary. And I feel like with the Rugrats, like Mo said, it was like an adventure. So if you're in that mindset, it could always be, you never know what you're going to get into. You never know what adventure or world you're going to end up in with the Rugrats. However, I do got to say, I would want my girl and boy Phil and Lil to be there.
Gotta have them, you know what I'm saying?
Adventure, because I love me some Phil and Lil.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm going to go with the Rugrats.
Going trips again. First of all, I'm a baby, so I really can get away with murder at this point. Anything I do, there's no consequences for it. And pretty much everything Mia said too, like Doug just gives boring. Skeeter, he could have got me in there, but he's attached to Doug, and Doug is just boring. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. Then I would be the only girl too, and
you got Patty Mayonnaise. Patty Mayonnaise probably be there.
But I don't know, because I'm saying just Doug and Skeeter. You just hanging out with them. So I'm like, I'm good.
I do want to. Could I ask just a sidebar?
Yeah.
Nah, it might be. I don't know if it might take y'all a long time to think about it. Because I was going to ask like, what world which I want to be in? Because I think about Hey Arnold and
Rocket Power.
Rocket Power. I think about As Told by Ginger. I think about some really dope cartoons and their worlds to be in, but But I ain't gonna make it long. But I will say, to Doug's defense, they were one of the first of 3 animated shows that came out on Nickelodeon when they decided to switch their format, and they were trying to like do a different type of TV programming. They were like one of the first 3. There's like 3 shows. I can't remember the other 2 of animation, and so they were trying to find their footing. So I'll give them a break in that regard. And I did enjoy it as a kid. Just as I get older, it's not as enjoyable. Like, Hey Arnold actually probably gets better, with age and stuff like that. So, but yeah.
Okay. And we'll reel it in with this last one. Would you rather get caught cheating on a test by Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World, or get caught skipping class by Principal Prickly from Recess?
That's tough.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm going. I'll go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I'm saying if y'all needed a second, this is a tough. I think this was the best matchup, but I think I'll go. I'd rather get caught cheating by Mr. Feeney, because I feel like Mr. Feeney was firm and he did not play, but I feel like I might could wiggle my way out of it. But that principal from Recess, bro, like, definitely was giving like scary hours for me back in the day. So I just feel like it was always lurking. Like, I don't know, like he just, them wrinkles in his forehead, like, I don't know, something about that dude, man. Something about you. But yeah.
Oh man. I have to agree again, because as much as I would be sad to disappoint Mr. Feeney, I feel like he would make it a lesson, a teachable moment, and then let you retake the test. Like, once you prove that you like feel bad and you learned your lesson. Because Feeney was just, one of one. He loved the kids. He looked out. Even when he had to teach them a hard lesson, he always had their best interest.
Yeah, again, we all like-minded on this, because Prickly, she was just she's the type that's gonna call your house and she's gonna make the scenario sound 10 times worse. Like, similar to the principal that called Goofy. It's like, when that principal called Goofy, y'all go listen to both our Goofy movie reviews. But like, she's gonna put all that gas on it. Like, she's gonna make it sound so, and I caught him, doing this on the playground. And after that, like, she's gonna put
Principal, he's the guy. I know.
Oh wait. I thought you were talking about the old lady. Wait a minute.
No,
she was something too scary. What was her name? What was she, a teacher or a lunch lady or something? She definitely was giving lunch lady vibes.
I did not change my answer then. Principal Prickly, then that's different. See, so he was a mean dude too, but I go with that because, again, like, even though Feeney's a little more graceful, he's one of those teachers that, he ain't got to say much. You'll feel the guilt trip.
You talking about Mural Finster?
Finster. That's what I thought. Miss Finster. I like, yo, she gonna put.
Yeah, she was crazy.
A mean teacher.
Yeah. Stinky lady, she stink. But I go Principal Prickly. Yeah, because Feeney's gonna give you that, like, I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed. He's gonna do everything to make you know he's disappointed, and that's that teacher that really is like, is really pushing for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though sometimes you get out of pocket a little bit, hanging with friends, being funny, but you really you'll leave, class will be over, and you'll kind of hang out and just be like, I'm sorry, like, I didn't mean to, because he's the type of teacher like that. So I wouldn't want to disappoint him, even if I was in my adolescence. So I definitely, I got a little different on that. Principal Prickly for me, yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for the Flash for the Ass today.
Fire. Yes.
So glad there was no.
Me, like, right now this season.
Right, I'm giving her time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. And I lose my other. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, with that being said, you know what I'm saying, we've been taking it back, but we got to take it even further back. So, Mia G, what I need you to do is pull that lever as we walk into the time machine and take us back to the year of the movie we're reviewing today.
All right, we are going back to 1998 to talk about the film The Faculty. When Casey Connor, Harrington High School's newspaper photographer, witnesses the murder of a nurse and sees her alive again, he decides to investigate the bizarre happenings. And we have Elijah Wood as Casey, Jordana Brewster as Delilah, Josh Hartnett as Zeke, Clea Duvall as Stokely, Sean Hattasey as Stan, Laura Harris as Mary Beth, BB Newworth as Principal Drake, Robert Patrick as Coach Willis, Piper Laurie as Mrs. Olson, Famke Janssen as Miss Burke, Salma Hayek as Nurse Harper, John Stewart as Mr. Furlong, and we have appearances from Usher as Gabe, and also an appearance from Dwayne Martin as Officer Number One. And this film was actually released on Christmas Day, December 25th, 1998.
Christmas Day. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's on the yeah, it is on the movie poster. Yeah. So a couple of interesting things. So as we kind of get into, well, before we get into that part, let me slow down. Getting ahead of myself. You said it yourself. Ash, since this is your pick, let's rewind a little bit. Throw the tape in real quick and rewind and be kind, and take us back to how you remember this film, the lure around it, the memories around it, the concept. Because you picked it. I don't know if you said why you picked it. If you didn't, you can say it. Okay, well then just so yeah, take us back a little bit.
Okay. I can't remember exactly when I watched this, but my memory, if it serves me correctly, I feel like was at Auntie Mickey's again. Like I feel like this was on VHS. Am I tripping when I say
it's on
that?
VHS, but I don't remember watching this Aunt Mickey said.
I don't know. Like we may not have been together at this time, because there was times where I was hanging out with her and like we weren't together. But I don't know. Like that's my memory. I could be wrong, but I feel like I was with her. It was on volume 3, of course, extremely low because we at Granny house. Um,
Well, you know she
shout
gonna
out
say
to
that.
Auntie.
You know, Grandma gonna say that's the devil for sure with this movie. Like
I've always said it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like it was maybe over there with her and freaked me out when I watched it. I like that it was giving high school vibes because, of course, was a youngin. I just remember it being like this weird species. I remember that fish tank scene very well. Like I think that's my first indication of it. Like oh, when the teacher's finger got bit by the species. So that's kind of what I remember, and then I just remember it being based in high school, and I don't know, like even though it freaked me out, I just feel like I still wanted to keep watching it, which is weird. So yeah, I think that's as far as I can remember with my rewind. Uh, Watching it this time was very satisfying. Like I was so happy that I had the same feels that I did back then. Like it was very satisfying and it almost felt like a new watch because I haven't seen it in so long. I feel like I've seen it on TV a couple times, like over the years. Like I feel like it was coming on TV at some point. I don't know what station, but yeah, it was like, and I watched it with my husband, and he's never seen it, so it was even more exciting because I was like, "Have you seen it?" And he was like, "Nah, I think I seen it." And like he was locked in, like we talking to the TV, so it was a really, really good experience this go around. And I didn't remember a lot of the stuff, like the Queen, and all that was kind of vague, so it was very satisfying. Yeah.
It's fire. Mia B.
Yes. So oddly, I feel like I don't remember when I first saw this movie. I remember knowing about it. And I feel like the first time I saw it, the first couple of times I saw it, I didn't necessarily understand what was going on for real. Like, I knew that there was something about aliens, and I feel like it took me a while to really get into it or get it. And just watching it randomly over the years, like something that if I saw that it was coming on, I would watch it. And I remember liking it, but I have like very vague memories of it. Nothing like super specific. There was so much about it that I didn't remember. And so watching it this time, it was like one of those movies where it's fun to watch, like it's super easy to watch, but taking notes on it, you kind of like realize all of the ridiculous things that are like, okay, okay. But it didn't take away from the enjoyment of it. Like some movies, like when we did Deep Blue Sea, I'm like, oh, this kind of made me never want to take another note on the movie ever again. But for this one, it didn't ruin the enjoyment just because I feel like this movie, being that it is a teen movie, sort of, you're not supposed to ask too many questions or have like think too deep into it. But it was fun and it was I got a couple chuckles at some of the things. I was like, okay, a couple little continuity things, but it was fun.
Hmm. That's good. I don't know. Ash sent some in the chat. I'm trying to the VHS that seeing. It may have been that, but the way the way Grandma House is set up, I just don't remember watching that on the TV on the top of
The dresser.
the dresser. Like I don't remember viewing it that way, but it could be. But here's the tricky part, Ash, is why I don't think that. I think she had it. I mean, I guess we could have watched it years later because it came out in '98, but we didn't move to Kentucky till 2001. So, but she could have had it already. You know what I mean? That might have been, back then, if you ain't see a movie, it was new to you when you seen it. You're like, oh, this, in your mind, it just came out, even though it's like, bro, it's been on VHS for 3 years, but it might as well be new to. So it could have been Grandma's. That's a good possibility. But I remember just watching it back then and feeling the high stakes, feeling the pressure, the anxiety of it. It's like, man, this was, the fake out that's in the movie is like, dang, that good reveal, like all of those things. It's like, bro, this is heat. Like as a kid, it was just so good. It was so daunting because like how quickly it spread. I remember like, dang, the football team. I remember like seeing Usher. I'm like, dang, this is evil Usher right now. I was like for real, like intimidated. Like, yo, yeah, won't you come hang out? I'm like, yo, this is, So as a kid watching it, I was just like, I don't know, it felt so realistic. I felt as a kid, I thought the special effects and graphics were excellent. Like you see those memes all the time when they be like, oh, Mario 64 wrestling, they be like, oh, the graphics were fire, and like, it's 98. So, but watching it this time, absolutely still holds up, still fun, very fast paced. Special effects, looking at it in the lens of the year that we're in, obviously doesn't look good. You know what I mean? That's a given, but this is 98. So we're talking, close to 30 years ago. So, but still an enjoyable watch, still great, just fun movie, exciting pacing. And I love, I'm a big fan and supporter of like teenage content. Like I still rock with that, even though I'm a grown man, because I'm always interested in the high school politics of things, because it's like this is a whole different world. I like world building when I watch stuff. So watching shows where people take place in high school, college, it's a whole different world from like us being adults. So I'm always, you can always sign me up for stuff like that, as long as it ain't like pushing agendas and stuff like that, like in today's era. But like I'm always down. So again, back then loved it, love it now. With that being said, do a little bit of this or that with the teen horror films. So, are y'all going the faculty or I know what you did last summer?
I know what you did last summer.
The faculty.
They're like right neck and neck, to be honest. It's like right in that, you know. Um, I know what you did last summer because it didn't have the special effects. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like creating a certain style of movie without the special, yeah. Okay. The faculty or I'm just jump all the way up there. Scream.
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 I mean, it's Scream. It's really no, it's not really debatable. Like Scream. Actually, fun fact, this movie had been like the idea had been floating around for a while, but once I believe either it was I Know What You Did Last Summer or Scream, once it came out, they were ready to like immediately put this out. Like before that, like nobody wanted to get with this script. But I can't remember which one. I got to look back up on the wiki, but one of those movies came out, it did well, and they said, "Oh, this is the vibe, we rolling." And then they put the movie out, and I'm glad they did. So, kind of different genres, but we're gonna do it anyway. The Faculty or Scary Movie?
And this is just what, enjoyable or?
Yeah, just enjoyable. Like, what do you enjoy more?
Oh man, it's kind of lopsided because I haven't seen The Faculty in so long. I feel like I went back to Scary Movie way more. Probably Scary Movie.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go with Scary Movie too, just because that's kind of a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marlon.
It's like the spoof movie, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I gotta go Trips here. Scary Movie. It's still stuff that I still see. Like, take my strong hand. Like, the what that, like all that, like everything. Like it's spoofs. Bring spoof movies back and do it right.
Right.
A few more here. Jennifer's Body or The Faculty?
I'm going The Faculty.
I'm going to go with Jennifer's Body because I love that movie. That's one of my real, like, favorite cult horror movies. Like,
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. I've actually watched it more than once. Contrary to what y'all think when it comes to horror and me,
exactly.
I've actually seen some horror films more than one time.
That's
What
great.
has drawn me to that? I have no idea, but
I haven't. Be honest, I haven't seen Jennifer's Body, so it's a biased pick here.
You should check it out.
Yeah. This is last. I guess I'll do this. Let me pull this up here. I think they may not. I don't remember if they were or weren't teenagers, but the movie Wrong Turn.
They were young adults. They were in their 20s.
20s. Okay.
Early 20s.
Low reach there. But
wait, no, Wrong Turn.
Yeah, I think that
adults and teenagers in that movie. There was like a kid, a teen, like couple teenagers and some adults in that movie.
Okay,
it was like a family, if I'm not mistaken.
And that came out in 2003.
Yeah, that creature looks.
I think crazy. I'm thinking about. I'm sorry. I think I'm thinking about Wrong Turn 2. That was the film. The Wrong Turn. They were adults. They were in their 20s. Yeah, they were in their early 20s.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, Mia, where do you want to go? Where do you want to start at? I feel like we can go any kind of style with this type of movie, so we can go chronological order or bounce around. Where do you want to go?
I didn't have necessarily like scenes, scene for scene. It was more just I just had some key points.
Okay.
First thing, this movie starts off like with it gets right to it, right in the first 10 minutes of the movie. I remember pausing it because I'm like, did I miss a piece? But no, it was like 7 minutes in, and they were already getting to the action of like the starting point of like when the danger comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So that first scene where you meet the coach and you see somebody like standing over him, but you don't necessarily like you don't see who it is. And like that's the start of the whole thing. And from there you it's kind of like a who done it, like who started this whole thing.
Yeah. Um,
Mm.
Ash, you got something in that opening, like anything, or how do you have your stuff structured?
Yeah, I do. I had to put the opener just because, like she said, I mean, it's no warm up, straight to it. It's so much happening in that early moment. So I do have that. And then after that, I'm just kind of, yeah, a few characters, some things. But like, I knew this was going to be a challenge note wise, but I still had to pick this movie. But,
Yeah, I mean these type of movies, though, horror films are going to always be a challenge because you know we have a certain kind of formula that we got. It's like an unwritten formula that we have, so it's always going to be a little bit of a challenge. But um, I did have a little bit of the opening scene. Interesting enough, it felt 80s to me. Like I don't know if y'all felt that, but it felt 80s vibe to me, like for sure. Like just the whole the teacher or principal or whoever she was, like that whole vibe, that felt like 80s formula, which I appreciated because we watched like a few 80s movie or two of that was like in this vein. Surprisingly enough, Brad Pitt was in one of them. He was a young boy, and it was cool. Like, 80s horror. Some people say 80s horror is like the peak. Some people say 90s horror is the peak. It's debatable for whoever's the person. But it just that whole running around and all that, like that classic slasher film vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that whole setup was. Super enjoyable. I liked it. I liked seeing that running around and I'm kind of obviously picking up from, after the coach had already, obviously we know now that the queen had, brought him in or whatever. But like I'm kind of picking up after that where like, is she the principal? What is her role?
Yeah.
She was the principal Bert, what was it? Principal, no.
Remember.
Hold on.
I didn't get her name but
Principal Drake.
Okay, so Principal Principal Drake. But just getting that vibe of running around and then getting that twist at the end, you know what I mean? Like coming out the door and then getting there, that was fire to me. Like I said, oh yeah, I love a good cold open, TV shows or movies. I love a cold open. Like you give us this scene before you go drop the credits and bring us in the world. So, but we still don't know what's going on. That's the beauty in how they take their time in the reveal of it. It's like we still don't know what's going on. We just see something crazy going on, something wrong with Coach. We thinking he's we're thinking that hey, he needs to be sent straight to the HR department because what is you on? You know what I mean? He talking about sharpening my pencil and all that. Like, bro, you on some? We have no idea. Like, we don't know. Like, so it was amazing. Like that they still didn't give us the reveal, and then you wouldn't think this is like a sci-fi horror film because it is a sci-fi horror film, but it's just the way they mix it was good. Like 98, like I'm saying, like for what they was doing, great mix up. Like you didn't see that coming. So yeah.
He said you talking about sharpening my pencil.
It's like, do you got a pencil? I mean, obviously I got a pencil. Can you sharp? Like, bro, what are you on?
So random, right? But I do have a little bit of issue with that.
Yeah, go ahead.
And it's not in the other section because I just took it for what it was. So I'm not. So I can say it now. But I hate that we never really got the reveal that it was Mary Beth behind the coach. I wish that would have been. I mean, obviously we found out she was the queen, but you know how they were kind of playing back even when she was supposed to sniff the powder and then she, covered her nostrils. So I like how they took it back on that. But I still was like, I was hoping they would reveal that it was her. Like, hey, I'm a new student. I'm trying to figure out where the administrative, office is, admissions or something. Like, I just wish we.
You wanted that was a payoff for you.
Yeah, because low key, I'm looking at the old lady that's outside when the principal Drake is trying to get out of there, and I'm like, I'm thinking, oh, she's trying to help, but not really. Really, just like I don't have the keys, but like I'm not knowing she's already converted. So I'm like, well, dang, did she already get to the old lady first, or did the principal? Because how did the principal
Or
get
did
to
the
the old
coach?
lady?
Or did the coach get to her? Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, so I'm like that part was kind of having me like, dang, who really got first? Because that old lady was around quite a bit, and then we just didn't see her anymore.
that's a good
So that's
point.
why I was like, dang, maybe she was the one. So until obviously the queen, um, but quick sidebar though, that the cone shaped cup for the water though. How
Ah man,
classic is that, huh?
hey, listen. You see that at concessions. You see that at certain churches. You know,
Absolutely.
right next to the water cooler. They got the pull the joint right out the.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but the water out the cone just be hitting. Like
Super cold.
y'all know what I mean. When y'all know about drinking water out the cone. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Definitely had to add that to the notes for the
Hey,
nostalgia
that's
minute.
good because hey, listen, I don't know what it is, but it's sip right. You know what I mean?
But with that opener too, what was up with all the chains on the doors? It was all them chains. She's in the dark, like the principal. Like if she's finishing up some things, dude, there's not one light on in here. And then there's a chain at every door she's running to. So I was like,
I thought dude set it up though. Like that's the
oh,
gathering that I
before he came in to
like.
her.
What that were him and her, the older lady. I felt like they were working together. Like I thought that
Mm-hmm.
that was the way I perceived at least that like oh the older lady is chaining it up. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
Or even if they had like off screen a janitor that's like already a part of the bloodline so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way I perceived it. Like it may and it's closing hours, so it's
But the chains is crazy. Like you had the Coach Carter chains, like on the door, on the gym. Like it's insane.
Coach Carter chains. It's crazy. Um, where you at next, Mia?
Okay, so then I had just meeting the cast, of course, like Stan and Delilah and Stokely, first of all. Oh, and they was doing my boy Casey so bad. The way like I don't and this is almost like a first watch for me too because there were so many things I didn't remember or realize was happening like the last time I watched this or the last couple of times because I don't remember they was abusing that boy. They was doing him so bad. They was beating his little, up against the
Yeah,
flag.
they stretched them out real quick. You know what I
Like,
mean?
where
Like,
are the grown ups? Where are the adults? What's
hey,
going on?
look, listen. This character turns into Rick from Degrassi. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like I'm pulling up
Mm.
with the strap. Like if a group of y'all grab my ankles and ram me up against the flagpole, I'm pulling up and I'm Rick from Degrassi, and y'all do what y'all will.
Oh man, that was
But
I
crazy.
really,
swear, I said, what is nah, bro.
like that is
I'm matter
that
of fact, I'm never mind. Never mind.
need
I'm
to
about to
be
go
in
crazy.
jail. They need to go to jail.
Yeah.
Hey, listen now, y'all just get shot in the head as an alien. How about that?
Like what?
Like y'all, yeah. But anyway, go ahead. My bad.
So okay, so him and then you meet Stan, which I didn't have this in that other section either because if I would have put this in there, I would have too much stuff in there. Which
Oh,
um Stan never gave star quarterback. Like this actor, I've seen him in a lot of stuff and he always does his thing. But star quarterback, it just wasn't giving that. Like
I agree.
I
I
agree.
definitely agree.
if it was a believable like he
But how much is it contingent on him kind of wanting to get away from football versus the acting ability? You don't think, you know what I
I
mean?
don't even think it's the acting ability. I think it's just he didn't
Lack
even
of confidence. Or
like I would see a Josh Hartnett more
Yep.
star athlete, and maybe what's his name, because he's been in a lot, um Sean Hattasey. I would probably see him more as the Zeke character who's selling the faux drugs to the other students.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's because maybe it's a typecasting thing for me, because I've seen him play kind of a screw up in a lot of other movies.
you seen Animal Kingdom?
I did watch maybe like the first season of Animal Kingdom.
Pope, yeah. That's a good series, bro. If you want to check that out on Netflix, Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, he was doing his thing.
Yeah, his name is Pope in there, and he does not play around.
The guy that plays the quarterback on here?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because his face looked familiar, but I was like, I couldn't put it together.
The family all bad, but he definitely does this thing in there.
Animal Kingdom.
But yeah, that was just one thing that stood out to me immediately. I was like, so you're the star, and maybe it don't get me wrong. This is 1998. We are looking out of the lens of white people. So I don't know how they view this boy, but he was not giving, it was not giving teen heartthrob to me. And I was like, Delilah, even though she was evil, she was cute. And I just didn't see it. Like, it just wasn't.
So pause for a minute. So we did She's All That. What's his name? Zach. What's his name? Zach, the main character.
Yeah, Zach.
Was he the quarterback?
He's soccer. They played soccer. He was the captain of a soccer team.
Oh damn! I missed that completely.
Remember the hacky sack and
I remember the hacky sack, but I thought he was on the football team. Like
that man was a soccer player.
Well, maybe I thought it was.
They tried to get that off soccer.
I could see it.
Okay.
Paul Walker definitely could have did this role.
Oh, absolutely. Oh man.
That would have Now that would have made sense, right? That would have made so much sense to me.
It's a certain BD energy that you just gotta have when you're the captain.
What's BD? You care to share with the listeners? What's BD?
BD energy.
Just a big disturbance.
Big.
The opposite of justice for Jim.
Yeah, you ain't gonna let me live that down.
I ain't gonna never I think about that at least once a day, every day, because I like that is a wild statement.
Like, no, you know what I'm saying?
So quarterbacks have to have that type of energy.
Yeah, you gotta have that Pete Davidson.
That Pete Davidson?
That was where.
Oh, this is new information.
I remember the whole thing where
Kim.
No, Ariana Grande, when they broke up, like she said that.
Oh, in her lyrics?
BD energy.
Wow.
Does?
That's what she said. I don't know that man.
Wow. I mean, but it'd be like that though. It'd be like that. It's always.
You the linky, like
it'd be like that. It's the person you don't expect. You'd be like, oh, where'd this come from?
Sure.
I get that. So he wasn't giving that. He wasn't giving BD energy.
It wasn't giving like.
I agree with y'all though. Not BD energy, but like I'm looking at it more from a male perspective, like alpha. He's not giving
Austin Powers.
Yeah, he's not giving alpha. Like he's definitely giving
Ojo.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the alpha vibe with him. Like I'm like, but again, it's hard because they drop us in the middle of him wanting to. He's already like made up his mind. So that's the tricky part for me. That's all I'm saying. It's like he already made up his mind. He don't want to be a quarter. He don't play sports anymore. He don't want no extra, handouts. He wants to make his own way, write his own ticket. So that's the tricky part about it for me, is like they drop us in that, because it's like if they didn't drop us that, then because like Usher's character, like if he was the quarterback, it all lines up for me.
Right. Even that would have made more sense. Like,
absolutely.
And it's ironic that Usher was in this and She's All That, which is another review y'all should go check out.
Hey, he be getting his roles, man.
Yeah, but what I'll say as we keep moving, this is so nostalgic as far as like getting these like archetypes. You know, we get Zeke, which is the dealer, the underachiever, Casey, the nerd, Stokely's the goth girl, also from She's All That. uh, yeah, I felt a lot of crossover here. Delilah, which is the it girl, Stan is the jock, and Mary Beth, the new girl. So it's, you know, they always felt the need to do this back in the day. This is just a trope that was normal. You know, we don't really need it, but again, this is from this lens. Back in the day, I was cool with it, you know. So, um, but Ash, where you want to go next?
Talk about Mary Beth a little bit, because there were certain things that, I mean, she was acting strange to be like a new kid, like a new student. Um, and that could have just been her personality, right? But she just, you come up to the top of the steps of the school and you're talking to this chick that obviously is like anti-school, anti-education, looks like, and you're like, do you know what did she say? The front office is, or
Mm-hmm.
what? And like, she like points in the door, like you didn't even get in the school first before you asking directions. Like, bro, get your ass in there and look for the admission sign. But she was all like super, oh, thank you, and whatever she said, I can't remember what she said, but super friendly and ditzy, whatever. And then her interaction with Stokely, like, there Delilah is calling her a lesbian. Obviously, she's giving off the goth vibes, and maybe she's typecast for sure. Like, remember, she's always in these type of dark roles and like mascara all over the eyes. And I haven't seen her in a while, so maybe she's doing other things, but it'd be nice to get her in a different type of space. But yeah, like, and then even when Delilah kept saying Stokely was a lesbian, Mary Beth was like, I think she said something like, there aren't any lesbians where I come from. She said something like that. So if we're just thinking about some
Never
of the
met a lesbian
indications,
before. What?
yeah, something like some of these things, like, oh, because you're an alien. Right. You know what I mean? But you're not thinking that in the moment. But very robotic answers and like trying to be empathetic and almost manipulative. Like you're trying to fit in so much that you're standing out to me with Mary Beth. Um, it was just overly, like, especially just for a first day new student. She could just be confident in, who she is, but she definitely was just giving, I've been here before, or yeah, I don't know. It was just
I didn't
weird.
get that read. That's crazy part. I really didn't get that read. You know what I mean? Because there's so many different type of new students.
Oh, this is true.
So
That
I
was
don't
just
know.
my perception.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. No doubt, no doubt.
nah.
Like I mean, I don't know. I guess I just.
And there was a guy in school, like, this is obviously ages ago, in high school. He was a new student. He was from Georgia. He came up to my locker and like started talking to me. And I was shocked that he was like so confident to come up and talk to, I'm a complete stranger. Obviously, you're new to this school and you trying to mac, but I'm just looking like, you from a whole different state and you're new to the school, but he just came up like, you know,
Yeah,
it
because
is
there's
what
some people
it
that be
is.
like that. They immediately get popular like that.
And he did get the digits. Let's be clear. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but that was way back in the day. That
Yeah.
was years later.
He was giving quarterback energy.
Nah, he was. Yeah, he definitely was giving. Uh, what I say?
The
Big
Energy,
destruction.
energy.
justice was there, huh? Yeah, justice.
But anywho, yeah.
What you gonna say, Bia? Because you like you about to say something.
I was gonna say, as an Ohioan, I just feel like whoever wrote this movie, I want to know, like, where are they from, and where in Ohio was this supposed to be set? Because ain't nobody act like this in high school. in Ohio, and it's supposed to be like she's coming from Georgia and she's so friendly. Like there's it's supposed to be like a stereotype of they're so friendly in Georgia, but like these kids from this Ohio football town. I'm like the high school really gives more of like a southern football town because I don't know of many quote unquote like football towns in Ohio. Like, of course, we like football. It's a big deal. We have good schools that produce good players, but it's never like that's what, our school district is like based off of. I don't know. It was just weird to me that it was
What
based in Ohio.
well, they
Oh,
made a town out of it though. It's an imaginary town called Harrington. So
okay.
and they were in Harrington High School. So it's not a real town.
Why would they choose Ohio? Like, they probably should have. They could have. It could have been Kentucky. I don't know.
I mean, but I guess I feel you. Like I didn't get the Midwest vibe either. I know we're from
Yeah,
India, of
give a
course.
Midwest vibe. Maybe they could have did Chicago, especially if you're doing like these
Okay,
um they could have did Illinois. Like I don't know if it just didn't as someone who's born and raised in Ohio, it didn't feel like it was based in Ohio to me. But
that's fair.
I haven't been everywhere, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But
I think I do think they made the right choice in regards to Midwest. I think 'cause to me it didn't feel like any other coast, Southern, East, or West. So I think they made the right choice in that regard. But maybe like you're saying, it's like it's not Ohio, Harrington, Ohio. But I'm trying to look up here. So the Midwest, they got North Dakota, South Dakota, and maybe one of those. Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota, maybe Minnesota, Wisconsin,
Minnesota.
Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio.
that's what I'm like. It gave maybe a little Illinois vibe, but not really Ohio. Um,
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. So there's a moment where the teachers are already acting weird to me, you know, in general, but like they were really acting weird before the water. Like the water obviously put it over the top, but like they were already being weird to me, in my opinion. That's just a little side like note I wanted to put there. Like they were already weird. It could be because of the writing. It could be because they wanted to make this ominous vibe. But like teachers are already weird. Uh,
And are you saying so like the guy that was drinking, you think he was weird?
I mean, I don't know. It could be my perspective. It was just he was already just doing too much as a coach, like to me. But again, I never stuck around enough on a sports team to get the full layout of coach behavior. So I already feel like, bro, relax. You know what I mean? But I know that's typical. Hey, shout out to our big cousin Rich. He was a coach. He got great stories, man. Y'all go listen to Coach Garden. Like he got some funny stories on that Little Giants review. Y'all go listen to it, bro. Some funny coach stories for sure. Um, so for me, I got the science room. You know that's where I have next. But Ash, you say you got characters. Mia, you say you got some thoughts.
no, yeah, key points. I could get into the science room. Are we talking about when they find that new species?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah, go ahead.
So, to me, like that was nobody was concerned enough. I just like what? So we find this weird, like, you know, little worm squid looking thing. And you drop it in water, and all these little red tentacles start to come out, and it bites the science teacher. And everybody's just like, nobody seemed to be concerned or excited about like him saying, "Oh, you must have like you might have found a new species." Like, what are you talking about? What is this thing? Like, I would have instantly thought Alien, because what do you, like, no. What is...
You would have instantly thought Alien is a high school? Oh
Yes.
wow. Oh wow. I was
If the
thinking,
science teacher has never heard of this thing before, nobody's ever seen it, it is a new species. Yes. No.
I thought it was some kind of shrimp. I'm like, yo, what kind of shrimp? What part of the sea did this come from? Your face is priceless. Her face is priceless.
I don't know what I would have thought it was.
I just would have never jumped to Alien. Like it takes so much to jump to Alien. Like that's all I'm saying. But I feel
Yeah, I watch a lot of weird stuff.
Okay.
I got a vast, vivid imagination. Alien, it's an alien.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have never guessed.
Call NASA. Don't call the university. Call NASA. Ash Ketchum?
Yes, ma'am. No, no, I agree. Like, no one's concerned. I mean, this is a big gash too. Like, my boy got like super bit. And it's funny because I was watching it. Like I said, it's like a new movie, so I'm like, oh yeah, he's cooked. Like, once you got bit, I'm like, oh yeah, you it's done for you. And I do remember that on the first watch back in the day. Like I said, him getting bit. That was my first. But yeah, everybody's just kind of like, first of all, Casey picking that up out the grass on the field is, I mean, I get it. That's his thing, whatever. That's definitely giving of Caucasian descent.
Okay.
For sure. Because I'm not doing that. It's going to stay exactly where I see it. But yeah, because who was all in there? Was Zeke? He wasn't in there, right?
Yeah, he was in there because he's the one that, like, when the science teacher said that word and nobody knew what it meant, Zeke was the one who knew it meant water-dwelling creature.
Oh yeah, smart. Like, bad boy genius over here, like playing
so smart.
Senior year number 2, but really like smart as hell. Like, you just don't want to.
Well, what do y'all think that was? Like, I know that they didn't really delve into it because it's not that type of movie. But what do y'all think that was with him? Like,
why he was being an underachiever?
Yeah, like why being an underachiever and like just what do y'all think that was? I didn't get a full idea of the parents, but
I mean, they mentioned that he wouldn't know where his mom was. Like, she left him a lot. Like, his parents weren't really there. He didn't get attention. His mom was always, traveling all over, and she wasn't like around. And they didn't say anything. Like, he mentioned basically his parents might as well be dead. Like, something like that, I remember.
Oh yeah. Talking to Mary Beth.
Weren't around. And he was really smart, but I troubled teenager, maybe just wasn't getting enough love at home.
Yeah, it's probably like he just wasn't ready to be like, the minute he graduated high school, you're fully in adulthood, and he's probably had to fend for himself a lot as a young man. So maybe it could be something like that. Like I'm not ready yet. You know what I mean? And,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm glad y'all put those pieces together, because I didn't fully make that connection. But now that y'all brought the pieces together, it's like, okay, cool. That makes a lot of sense to me. So he's just like kind of slowing up the process. Like, all right.
One thing Josh Hartnett gonna do is play a bad boy in a high school environment.
Listen, like he got that on lock.
That's a haircut.
Right.
Hey, he got it on lock, bro. Like, he does that. Nobody can do what he does when he does it. Like, when he plays a role, nobody could replace him. Like, to me, like, he is so specific at what he does. But like, so like, for me, like the shower scene, going into the office scene, like let me tell y'all, like, real, just I really need to grow as a person.
Oh Lord. I just know it's about to be something ridiculous.
I really need to grow as a person, because when that woman came in and she was wounded and hurt, and old and slightly naked, I'm not sure if I would have been like I would have had the mind, because my mom would have been like, unhand me. Don't you ever put your stinking ass hands on me. Like
No.
that. I'm just saying, like, as a high schooler, I would have been weirded out. Like, what is this old
Yeah.
lady? It's high school, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not mature. I'm very immature, like in certain elements, and it's like, bro, don't put your stinking ass hands on me. That's what I would have been in the shower, and it's like, bro, you're all the way exposed.
And
Like that's crazy. Like like right now, I don't know who you are. You're this old teacher, and you're exposed, and I'm butt ass as a high schooler trying to
and
just get clean and get home, and you're
Was
coming
she
in here
naked
talking about,
too?
huh?
yeah, I think she was naked, and he was so
Yeah.
tender with her until her scalp fell off.
Bruh.
Hey, that freaked Tyler out. He was freaking out over the hair
Oh,
detachment.
gross. Ugh.
Ew, that's disgusting.
Listen,
Like you said, her even getting up to the embrace space, Stan, that was crazy work.
I just don't have it. Like there's just no way like your old wrinkly skin would touch me. This is like there's one time you text me, and then after that it's like, bro, back up. You getting stiff arms, like straight up. Like my whole joint is out. You're getting stiff armed. Back up, because that's so weird as a high schooler. Um, but yeah, then the hair fell out, and then Casey starts to notice something weird. That the coach is just when he's in the office, it's kind of like tying the two scenes together, and the coach is just standing in the middle of the field getting soaked by the sprinklers. But in the beginning of the movie, in the beginning of the movie, he was trying to prevent them, from like spraying everywhere. He was stepping on them, putting his hand on them, just trying to keep the sprinklers from going off. So it's just an interesting thing that kind of showing us something. I want to ask me, you spoke last episode about Bones and establishing the rules. Did they establish the rules here?
Yes and no. I feel like they did a much better job, of course, of establishing the rules. Like you see instantly that whatever this is, it likes water and it needs a lot of water. And it makes people change their demeanor. Um, there's some incontinuity with some of it,
Yeah.
but for the most part, there are pretty good rules established as far as um like when the science teacher got bit, that kind of threw me off a little bit because I didn't like the goal of these things, it looked like was to replicate or to like be a like to penetrate as like a parasite, and I didn't know that like they were like biting, didn't look like that was the danger was getting bit, but other than that I feel like they established pretty good rules.
Okay. Yeah, because I know, like, this, and when you said that on the last episode, it made me think, like, okay, I never thought about it. So when I watch these movies now, I want to look. I'm looking for that now because I never really had a structure on, okay, establishing the rules. So,
Like I'll say, like water, you see it needs a lot of water. You see that as soon as someone changes, they have like this very cool, confident demeanor. They're very slow moving, slow talking, just calm. There's like a calm to or like a confidence to the people after they change. And then also they're trying to get people alone to change them. You don't know until you see what happens to the nurse, how they're being changed, but you know that they're getting people alone, closing the blinds or shutters and changing people. People come out change.
Hey, every time I saw a door close, I'm like, oh my God. When Dwayne went in the principal office, I'm like, listen, once them doors close,
And they come out staring people down. They stare you down instantly.
Yeah, and they did a good job of just showing like, oh, they're bringing in a bunch of waters, people drinking water bottles. They you know, something in the water, literally. You know what I mean? So they did a great job on like getting that established. You know what I'm saying?
Hella water.
Aha. Now that dirty water right there, that dirty water.
I was just watching that.
Oh, you watching the clumps for real?
So
I
many.
just watched that like 2 days ago.
So my stuff is structured by scenes. So
Get to it, sir.
Okay. Well then that's
we can follow your lead, yeah.
All right, well then. So I got Casey and his parents. They, you know, his parents come to the school. You know, he's being accused as crazy. Just like it's crazy, just like the good son. We got a lot of like correlations of films that we've done with actors. So he's been accused of being crazy, just like the good son. And the scary part about this is that they converted the two cops that quick. Principal Drake, like it was so quick. And shout out to Dwayne Martin, you know what I mean, having a small appearance, but like, bruh, the scary part of this was like, imagine how fast they could convert the world. Like that's what got me when I watched it this time. I was like, it was that quick. Like close the door, blah blah blah, yada yada. Imagine how fast they can get the whole world. This is just Ohio, bruh.
So they converted the woman cop too?
Yeah.
When was that?
I thought it was just.
I think the male cop converted the that was my assumption at least.
Oh, Dwayne, I don't know.
Because like, all of the cops were on that program at like you start to notice later in the movie, like all them cops was on that program until, you know, obviously they came at the Queen.
That was another thing that was like a continuity issue I had was when they were converting the nurse, it seemed like, you know, she was struggling and it seemed like she was kind of loud, but they converted the cop so quick. You never heard a struggle or anything in that small amount of time he was in the, you know, so it's like.
That's true.
Heard something. Or did they just catch him off guard and he wasn't expecting it? Because it seemed like.
Well, that's the part of what you were saying is like establishing the rules, yeah, but no. Like the bite part of it, it's like, is it a bite thing? Is it a water thing? And when do aliens bite to convert people? So that's where it kind of lines up to what you're saying. Like it's kind of like, you know.
I mean, they had a few things.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, his parents, they put him on punishment, and which is super nostalgic, just being on punishment. Obviously, we're grown now, but like,
well, first of all, we knew the parents weren't going to believe him. Like that was just a given. Like, yeah, this is where they did it, and bro, by the time they got to the school, the conversions had already been taking place. Like, you're gonna open this closet. Of course, this old lady's not about to be in here.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Right, you're saying they attacked the nurse, but she's standing right here, so it's like.
Right.
And shout out to the actors because they really pulled off this like weird, like you're playing normal, but you're playing like off normal, and that's like a hard way to play it. You know what I mean? Like whoever's the director, like having to direct him and say, hey, listen, you're already converted. You're an alien, but you're playing close to human. And them being actually human, having to figure out how to play close to human, but have some weirdness about them. Like shout out to the actors. Like people underestimate like things like that. It's like, because we never seen that before. We don't know that exists. There's nothing confirmed. So for them to play weird, but yet straight, it's amazing. In 98 for sure. But yeah, but like he gets on, they put him on punishment. The dad, shout out to him. We obviously classify him as Shooter McGavin.
Christopher McDonald.
Christopher McDonald. We know him most. I mean, he's been in plenty of things, but we know him mostly for Happy Gilmore, and Happy Gilmore 2 came out recently. But like they put him on punishment, and they take all his items out the room, which is amazing because like now you can take a kid's phone or tablet. That's the end of the world. But back in the day, it's like nah. The parents run through the list. No TV, no game system, no phone calls, no going outside. Now it's like everything's just take their phone. But the thing that got me the most is the mom, man. The mom takes this man's explicit magazine. It was so many questions I had, but I knew I didn't have time for it. But I was like, bruh, the fact that the mom knew it was there and just let it marinate. I got so many things I want to say, but I'm not going to say it on air. I swear I got so many things to say.
Save that one for after we wrap.
Yeah, no doubt. I ain't gonna say it here, but there's so much I want to say when I seen that she found his explicit magazines. It's super nostalgic. But yeah, for me, and again, you chime in whatever. I got next Zeke and Mary Beth, walking, and it's still daytime, and the guy is staring. This is not supposed to be funny, but it's so funny to me. But the guy is staring, and his girl being angry and slapping him, like she's slapping the crap out of this dude, and he just stared like. Obviously, he's converted, but as a kid and even now watching it, I said, "Bro, this is so hilarious." Like, bro, don't care nothing about it.
And I feel like that's one of those things I didn't understand as a kid. I'm like, why is he looking like I just didn't get the changes were so subtle and the people were converted. Yeah. As a kid, I didn't understand who was converted and who wasn't and why everybody was acting.
Yeah. They didn't do a great job of. I mean, they showed us a few people drinking bottles of water, but they didn't do a great. They showed us like, okay, there's somebody coming in, they're bringing like the jug, hooking it up to the water machine,
Well, they're surviving off the water. I don't think that's how they're converting them, though.
No, it's
no. I thought they was though.
No, it's not the water.
They were putting those little wormy things in people's ears or in their skin. Mm-hmm. But the water, the aliens needed a whole lot of water to survive.
Did y'all feel like sidebar, like, and this is just, it should have been earlier part of the notes, but there's a weird thing in my mind, like watching this, where I felt like these little things they was putting in people's ears, I felt like it was connected to the Matrix.
Yeah, that was definitely giving Matrix vibes on
that came out a year later.
That little belly button worm gadget thing.
That's what I felt. You know what I mean? Like, it literally Matrix came out a year later, but like I felt like the worlds are connected similar to like Breaking Bad and Walking Dead. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It was just an interesting little sidebar. But yeah, so what did y'all gather from the Zeke? Well, Ash, did you talk about Zeke and Mary Beth's relationship, like this kind of connection? Did you talk about that earlier? Okay, so that's what I want to know, like from that, like obviously that walking scene, and then the two druggies wanting some more, drugs. They want the whole supply from Zeke, and he pretty much starting to pick up on like, okay, nah, we ain't getting down like that. And then the teacher pulls up and snaps on Zeke. And sidebar, I didn't get to say it before.
But something to say about this. This is something I had in my notes.
Okay, so y'all go ahead and react between Zeke and Mary Beth, the druggies, and all that.
The only thing I had was that the relationship between Zeke and Miss Burke was just weird to me. Weird and inappropriate. I didn't have too much about Zeke and Mary Beth. Because again, I feel like all of the romantic relationship parts of this movie were like unnecessary and rushed. Like,
Yeah.
not believing in, like, none of them had any type of romantic chemistry. None of the people who are supposed to be coupled up by the end of all this had any sort of romantic chemistry. It was so weird because I'm like, are we trying to set these people? Are they trying to? The closest they had was maybe Stan and Stokely,
Mm-hmm.
as she understood him and
Right.
his reasons for not wanting to play football, and they actually had a conversation about it.
Right.
You could see some chemistry, but everybody else was just weird. Like the dynamic between Zeke and the teacher, it was like weird sexual tension. Like
It
he's
was.
like like he's the authority figure and she's like domicile. It was so weird. Even like when she changed and she was like coming at him, it
Mm-hmm.
was like, what is going on here? What is this? What is this thing they got going on?
I mean, he definitely probably, it.
Even at the end, which I'm not gonna jump too far ahead, she's sitting in the bleachers watching this man football practice. He's smoking a
Probably
cigarette.
was weird.
And I'm like, what is going on? Like,
Well,
girl, is she about to get fired? She needs to be fired. Jail, prison. What are you doing?
she is definitely risking it all for Zeke
Like,
because
that was so weird to me. Like, I had to jump because the whole dynamic of their relationship was just throwing me off so bad. Like,
it
do
was.
they go together now? Like, that was weird.
Yeah, it was definitely strange. I agree with everything you said. I didn't have anything really with Mary Beth and Zeke, bro, because I mean it was just.
Yeah, we didn't have anything for that. We were talking about Zeke and Miss Burke's relationship. Or is that was her name? Yeah, Miss Burke.
And
And
shout out to you for having names. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to the.
because
Hey, listen, for me, like with Miss Burks, I watched Nip Tuck recently. I don't know if y'all have watched it.
I've only seen like bits and pieces,
Okay.
episodes, but
It's
never
been a
watched.
long time.
Well, anybody that's listening that has watched Nip Tuck, she is a character in there, and the character in there is so wild that I can't unsee it. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm making y'all do research like back in the day. Y'all gotta go get an encyclopedia. Cause like, bruh,
She was on How to Get Away with Murder too. Remember her and
she
Viola had a
was.
little
She
situation.
plays these wild characters. She was in X-Men. She was
Yeah.
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey.
Yeah, she definitely.
She plays like really extreme characters. Like,
Yeah, she definitely experiments for sure.
yeah, but like back in the day, I was like, oh dang, look at the makeover. This time, I was like, bruh, you are not hot. Just keeping it a bean. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, go watch Nip Tuck, see her character on there. When you get the big reveal, you'll be like, what the trust me. Like, yeah. But
I
yeah.
ain't watching it.
Hey, no, it really is worth the watch. It's worth
Well,
it.
I remember her, but it's been so long.
I mean, even outside of that, I think the show does really well. Just sidebar, I think it does really well in like real human interaction emotion. So I think you would enjoy it. Like it's not overly deep, but it has some moments that are like, wow, I get that.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot of nipping and tucking though.
yeah, you know what the crazy thing is? Like it started off crazy, but after a while, I was like, it wasn't too bad for me. But that the initial was like crazy. I was definitely hitting the 15-second. But the kids, you know, they're all at the classroom with the teacher, you know, and they pretty much had to fight. And shout out to the teacher. He played in Big Daddy. He was, you know, the one that was getting married. So we had a Big Daddy review. Yeah, go check out our Big Daddy review.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, it's all connection. You know, all connected. The kids in the classroom with the teacher. And I love how I felt like it was very authentic how they brought all these characters together in this moment. You know, it was really good. And they fight the teacher, and Zeke's nose candy gets the teacher up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And they decide to head out to the car as people are staring at, you know, and it was great cinematography. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what's going on. They fight the teacher off. This is a crazy scene. I couldn't imagine us being in high school dealing with something like wild like this. And And then I just go straight to Zeke's house laboratory. If y'all want, I don't know if y'all want to get anything in between that teacher scene and the laboratory. Okay, so we're at the laboratory, and this is where the rules are set. Shout out to Mia for bringing it to our attention. So the rules are set how the evil acts take place. The aliens have to attach to humans because of our water content in our bodies. So that makes sense. It's like in order for them to exist, we have so much water in our body. And they began, so they're going through it trying to figure it out. Then they began questioning who's an alien amongst them. And this is what I remember the most, like in my memory on the rewind. Just like this scene, like Ash talk about the water, the aquarium scene or whatever. But this scene for me is what sticks in my memory the most. And they all take the drug to prove that they're human, and Delilah was an alien. What did y'all take from this?
I didn't remember that she was an alien at this time. That's why, like, it was such a fresh watch. Like, I was like, I was thinking it was Mary Beth the whole time. So then when it got to this scene and like she didn't turn into the alien, I was like, oh. So it was definitely like it had me like, dang, it was Delilah. Cause now I'm thinking like, when did she get converted?
Yeah, well, we know
her,
when she got converted.
Well, she was with Casey in the bathroom, right? And then she stormed out of there. Didn't they call her in the office?
When the day she showed up with glasses.
Or without her glasses? What, did she have glasses on?
So no, she didn't have them at first.
Yeah, and then when she showed up with glasses, she was already converted. So when they was in the bathroom, she was already converted.
No, was she?
Yep. I'm just so like, and so okay, so that was one thing because, like, you could tell when Miss Burke, the teacher, was converted, her whole shit changed. But some of them were so unnoticeable. Like even the way Delilah acted didn't change. So it was like some of them you could see a vast difference. Even with the coach, she wasn't aggressive anymore. Or like with the one teacher, she went from being super docile to being more aggressive. And it was like with Delilah, you just couldn't see much of a difference in like her, like how she acted. Maybe she dressed a little different, but you couldn't tell anything was different with her.
Well, I'm thinking when they were in the bathroom and then she got called, remember they were calling her to the office? So she actually went, didn't she? And I feel like at that point.
What they said though, when he they had detention her when they were working together or something like that, she had got a ride home. And when they said something like that, that's when I knew. I said, oh, okay. That's whatever the ride home was, that's when she got converted. Because when she showed up with the glasses, she would never show up in the glasses as regular Delilah.
That's true.
And that's when I knew. I said that was a subtle. They were trying to be deep in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I think the glasses was an indication. Because
the behavior definitely was the same. She was still rude.
Oh yeah. And that might be, again, that might be an actress choice as far as like maybe not getting direction on how to play this, or maybe interpretation on how do I play it straight, but there's something off. And sometimes that's what you got. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, that was interesting when we found out Delilah was an alien. Like, that whole you got all the bumps in your face. You got the, the Matrix thing going on. That was.
Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So right, for real.
Ash.
I say it. I would say
it. The football scene. So the football scene is much more dark when you think about the ramifications of what's happening. Like back in the day, I didn't think about it that much, other than like, yo, they are really putting in work on these dudes. Like they trying to like get them out of here for real. But like when you get older and you think about what it is and what they're doing, like they're converting these guys. And the thing is, I watched a show called The Originals, which is connected to Vampire Diaries. I never watched Vampire Diaries, but the originals were like the original sires, so they're the original bloodlines of the vampires. So this movie definitely brought back some of those thoughts of, okay, the original sire that's connected will affect everybody that's connected to the bloodline. But this football scene, it's interesting that Mary Beth threw all of the nose candy on the principal.
Oh my goodness. That made me so mad, dude. I was like, and again, I already was thinking it was her just because you're just this new kid and now you're like, but I was so mad. I'm like, do you know how many conversions has happened at this point? Not to say I could, fight them all, but like, bro, she had enough. And then you just throw the rest. I was like, bro, get her the freak out of here.
If you hadn't seen it and you didn't know that it was her, you're like, she's just so stupid. But then knowing, you're like, oh, she was trying to get rid of it. She was sacrificing her to get rid of as much of it as she could.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember earlier with Zeke, the guys was trying to like, hey, yeah, we'll buy up your whole supply.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had already been converted, which was really good.
But Casey on the hezzy though, like was irritating me also. And again, I get
the
it.
hezzy on what?
Remember when he was about to stab the principal? Then he's like, "Well, maybe it's not her." Like he was like second guessing, and I think Stan had the gun at that time, and then maybe Zeke took it
It's
from him.
before
Like,
Stan had left.
yeah, this is before Stan left. Remember, out the gate, they got the principal, and they like, "Hey," telling her to take.
Oh, they thought she was
the
the queen. Yeah.
Yeah, they like take it, and then Casey, he's just on the hezzy with the.
But that's real though. That's
Yeah,
real.
I get it is, but I'm like, bro, this is not the time.
But it's so real because like, bro, I might end your shit and you might not even be an alien.
You can get killed then. You go ahead and get converted, and you go ahead.
But she didn't. But the thing is,
all for desperate measures.
No doubt, but she didn't come in on a murderous vibe yet. That's what I'm saying. Like she didn't come in like people were acting weird. We're seeing stuff, but the principal, she's weird, but she didn't show her hand in regards to like, oh, I'm this murderous alien. So it's like low key. You know what I mean? Like as a high schooler, you're not an adult. Like when you're processing, like, I got kids, I got things to lose. You're in a high schooler, just you don't know if I whacked this woman and she was just human.
But you already saw her take Dwayne in the room and convert him.
Yeah, but you didn't see.
I mean, you didn't see, but you know that she is.
You have an idea, but that's
Bro,
that's
he knows she's flipped. She took that man in there, and then what she did, he knew she flipped. You didn't know she wasn't the queen, but you knew she was already an alien.
Something was off, but it wasn't. He didn't have concrete.
Hey man,
no, nothing was concrete. I'm just keeping it being like as a high schooler, nothing was concrete.
Dude, he was trying to take her mom in there. Hey, let's go in here and talk about. He like, no, mom, let's get the hell out.
Yeah, no doubt. And the dad, like the coach talking to the dad, but nothing was concrete. So it's like, yo,
listen. In the grand scheme of things, we know that there are aliens here. So if we gotta sacrifice Principal what's her name?
Drake.
Principal Drake, she's gotta be the sacrificial lamb here.
Hey,
we have to go to jail because everybody is already it's too much going on.
But here's my question, Mia. When did they see that, oh, this is an alien up until this point?
It don't matter. We assume that you're an alien. You don't want to take this thing, so you gotta go.
Because I feel like after the quarterback, leaves, then you start to get to like full, like, oh. I mean, well, I guess before that, Delilah was okay. So yeah, Delilah.
Remember, you were in the closet with Delilah, so you didn't see the principal, but you already saw the coach and the old lady. And what they did to the nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And then you bring your parents back up here. And now the principal's all like, hey, there's nothing going on. I can assure you, blah, blah, blah. All the fake shit. And then you take Dwayne in there. Dwayne come out staring you down. So you know she's
And
one
then
of them. She may
Delilah,
not
like
be
they had the Delilah with the bugs going through the face or whatever that was.
exactly.
All right, that's fair enough.
It's enough, like you said. Hey,
It was enough circumstantial evidence for me for her to.
Definitely probable cause.
absolutely.
um, yeah. So Zeke battling the teacher. What's her name? Mrs.
Burke.
Miss Burke. And then, she hop on a car. They crash the car, and her head is trying to find her body. And he was like, F this, bruh. Back in the day, I thought these, like, the special effects was like, this was like super creepy and scary. Like seeing that head like crawl to the body. I was like super grossed and scared out. This time I was like, bro, get out of here. Knock it off. They're taking the comedy too far. But go ahead, me. Look, you got some thoughts.
No, I really don't have much else other than like the reveal of Mary Beth. But I have a whole lot to say about this movie in another section of our pod. But so I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing
Finish it
and
out.
tag me in when we get to Mary Beth her reveal. But yeah.
Okay, well, that's really it. Just that scene between Zeke and the teacher, Miss Burke, and then getting a big reveal that Mary Beth was the queen, and yeah, I got something else at the end, but yeah, really is that Ash. What do you have as far as the Zeke and teacher scene, and then obviously the big reveal, Mary Beth, and then obviously Casey gets her up out of here.
Yeah, I don't have anything with Zeke and the teacher. Yeah, kind of just that final scene where um we find out that Mary Beth is the queen. Oh yeah, she was sitting with Stokely. That's how it started, right? Okay, yeah. So like, again, she's been attached to the hip with Stokely since she got to the school.
Mm-hmm.
And
That pool scene.
yeah, like when she came out the water
Mm-hmm.
on some like Godzilla vibes.
Oh
I'm like,
man,
oh
dropped her, busted her jaw, dude.
yeah. And at that moment, I'm like, when she went underwater, I'm like, dang, Stokely's out of there. But then I'm like, well, did she only hit her face on the edge of the pool? Like, she didn't get bit at this point, right? By Mary Beth. But she did convert her at some point. Because
Yeah,
remember when
I think the water. I think it's the water. I think again,
just
it's the water. Like once they showed that montage of water being brought in, my assumption is that they filled the whole pool with the water.
It's not the water, Mo.
water,
Bro, it is the water. It
It's
is.
not
the
the
water
water.
is they're surviving. They're hydrated, so then the powder dehydrates them.
When she had Stokely in the pool,
Uh-huh.
she had to have put one of them little
Yeah.
alien things inside of her. That's how they convert the people. They put the little alien babies go in their ear or in some sort of orifice of their body and they attach themselves.
So that's the rule.
Yes, that's the rule. The rule
Okay,
that
I'm
the
gonna
parasite
watch this
has to
again.
go in you, but then you need water, like they're water dwelling parasites.
But then the whole football team got hit with the parasite. Then
Just like everybody else, they're getting people alone and they're converting them. They just don't show you every time somebody gets converted. They're doing it gradually. One alien converts another, converts another, converts another.
okay.
My thing was like when Stokely did get converted and like Zeke is back in at this point. Well, I guess we didn't even kind of stand going out there. That was just
That was really good though. Back in the day, like the whole like he's selling it like he's human until they wanted him to snort the joint, and then when he poured it out,
giving me Sinner vibes for sure. I was just thinking
absolutely Sinner vibes, dude.
I'm like talking about they like, where's the powder? He's like, oh, I lost it. it was just they were too fast. I'm like, nah, bro, nah. So Stan, I was like, hey, God, wait, like
I
I'm not going
know.
out there to test. It's too many of them. First, I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, but when Zeke finally got back in and Mary Beth and Stokely are both like right there, and he's trying to figure out who is the alien. First of all, Mary Beth, you're in the nude, and that's very strange. Like, why? Why don't you have any clothes on? She tried to play this sexy, like, oh, you don't like it, bro? Stop. First of all, we're not alone. This is not like you're just naked. Like, clear indications. But in that moment, I'm like, dang, Stokely is flipped. Like I was like, because I was believing that she was still cool.
I
So
know,
it was just
man.
so good to watch. I was like, dang.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's all I have to say.
The reveals were great. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, they wasn't so overtly in your face. Like the reveal, like when you like, oh
yeah.
damn. Um, okay. Yeah, I pretty much agree. I would say that as a younger man, never mind. I'm not going to put myself on
Gotta say
blast like
something
that.
crazy.
I've learned from good earners. Shut up. So I was about to say so real wild, and I'm not. I'm not. I'm
I
not.
knew it when it started as a younger man. I already knew this was going downhill.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But
Yeah.
shout out to Mary Beth. All right. So with that being said, character you relate to or identify with the most, Mia B.
I didn't have any of them.
Fair. Ash.
I actually went with Stan.
Hmm.
Just him not always wanting to fit into someone else's mold and being what someone expects you to be, kind of wanting to carve out your own thing. So yeah.
Ironically enough, no conversations had prior. I got Stan as well. You know, similar from the standpoint of just, he made up his mind that he wanted to change who he was, or what he wanted to be and be true to himself. And nobody agreed. Even this girl was like, bro, like she clowning him, like, bro, what's you on? But he, being popular just wasn't that wasn't who he was. It wasn't in his heart. He wanted to be who he wanted to be. So Mia, get to stepping, character that you could do without.
I said Casey's dad. Um, I don't know. I felt like his reactions to Casey and the whole situation in the office was so overly extreme and exaggerated. And that's all they gave his character, was just to be a dad who was overly disciplinary and extreme. And like I felt like the mom character probably like it just was, it just didn't seem like it added to the story for me.
Ash.
This is a main character, but Delilah could probably get the step in just because she was so mean. She was a bad girlfriend. She called my boy Stan a academic wannabe. Wasn't supportive at all. I mean, goodness
At
gracious.
all.
She had to go.
Similar to Mia B, I got actually both of them. Casey's parents, the Connors. We don't see any of the other parents in this film, and we see his, and that was like it's just really unnecessary. Like this, it doesn't change anything about the movie. We don't need them at all, and it's like they just trying to like put them in a crazy house. It's just we didn't need them. Like if y'all not gonna keep that consistent energy with all other kids, we just don't need them. They could have floated that out, or maybe we could have got more of a reveal with more information on, like Ash was saying, with some flashback at the end of the movie, versus having him like they catching his porn stash, cutting his TV off, all that. Like we didn't need the parents, like because this is like a high level actor, and he's just playing a very small part. Lines that deserve to be slime. Mia B.
I didn't really have anything here either.
Okay. Ash.
I had two. One from Delilah. You're that geeky Stephen. You're that geeky Stephen kid. There's one in every school.
Stephen King kid. Yeah.
Stephen King kid. There's one in every school. I like that. That was cool. And then one from Stan. I just wish people would let me be. That's it.
Mm. I actually have that. What you have? This the first one. Hey, you ran. It's a line from Stan. He's like, "Hey, you ran into me, beast," which is a crazy line to call a chick. Maybe you should go home. I'm saving my sick days for when I feel better.
Facts.
that was such a that was so subtle. I was like, yo, that's a fire line. It's like the line where people say,
Relatable.
don't
Real.
give me nothing for free because it costs too much.
Yeah.
That's like this is like that. And then also the same line Ash had, nothing. It's just your fate. You're that geeky Stephen King kid. There's one in every school. Same thing. Things you would change about the movie or what they didn't get right. Mia B.
Okay. This is what I've been waiting this
Mm.
for. So first, I already said Stan didn't give star quarterbacks. That we already talked about that. I didn't care for the like the Mary Beth just being naked the whole final act of the movie because why again do we just have weird, random, gratuitous nudity for no reason?
My hot take is that I don't know if you're familiar with the show 15, but there's a show called 15. It was a teenage soap opera, which is really rare. It wasn't really well known, and she was a character on there as a kid. And I think that this was like her breakout, like I'm not a kid anymore type of thing. That's my theory. I have no evidence to back that
And
up, but that was my theory about it.
that's fine for the actor, but as far as the script,
True, true, true.
why she got to just be walking around here butterball naked
Mm-hmm.
the whole final act? Okay, then okay, I had now when she was naked and she was walking around the locker room. I did think that aesthetically it was pretty, like to see the shadow with all the tentacles, but it just didn't make sense for her not to be in that form, but her shadow still be. Um, Casey's character fell so much. Every time he was running, he fell. And that just pissed me off because that's like a horror movie trope
Mm-hmm.
that just was a little overdone for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also the so when Mary Beth, like the little alien, when he killed it with the caffeine stuff and it spit out all those little aliens and they started to go into Casey's face and they all just dropped out when she died. His skin just healed up instantly. And I was like, why did his skin just heal up? He's still human. He doesn't have then like at the end when like they have the newspapers a month later and they're just like, oh, couples teachers went missing and he's saying it's aliens. I'm like, so no adults, nobody could corroborate his story. Nobody remembers that even the teachers who made it, nobody was gonna corroborate that this really happened. It's just him and the media and nobody's saying anything. Like that didn't make sense to me either. And then the last thing was the scene with Miss Burke and Zeke in the car when he hits the bus and the body. They had that dummy that they had fly out that car was so ridiculously fake. It just looked like they threw a rag doll out the windshield of the car. And I was like, hey, okay.
It's definitely ragdoll.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So then the last thing, like I was telling Ash earlier, like I was saying, I just feel like none of the romantic relationships were earned at the end of the movie, how they were all coupled off.
It's funny
And
you
I was
mentioned
like, how did we get here? Why are these people together now? There was no romantic chemistry. And then Zeke smoking a cigarette on the football field at practice was insane.
that. Okay, yes, you're hitting all. You're really hitting all the spots for real.
That's it. I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Now you nailing it like you cooking, because you got some things that I got. Ash.
Yeah, I don't have that many. I just, took it for what it was. But Casey ending up with Delilah Cap. That's probably the biggest cap. Like, no. First of all, he looks like a toddler, like being with her. Like, it just didn't even. There's just no way that's happening. And when Casey did kill Mary Beth with the final straw, him just sitting in front of the monster after, like, bro, get the hell out of here. Like, my husband was like, he was so hot. He was like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, just, you feel at ease, like, that she's dead. But first of all, as big as she was, I'm low key like, we need about 4 or 5 of these to take her out.
For sure.
Like, you just sitting there, just, no. But that's all I had.
Now again, great points.
Yeah.
So y'all both covered most things. So I just get my 2 cents. For me, I'm gonna take a little different route. On the movie poster, they have all of the main characters except for Stan. They put Usher there, and he's not a main character and arguably even supporting. So I don't know why Stan couldn't pull up or what the issue was, but them putting Usher on the front page like they was trolling in '98.
Just like in Scream when they had Drew Barrymore on the movie poster and she's only in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
They get us every time, for real, for real.
Every time.
My next thing, CGI wasn't great, but it's '98. And lastly, I would change them all being archetypes simply because none of those things really affected how they would come together to save the school. Like we get all these, oh, this is the popular girl, this is that. None of that really affects them coming together. And they all knew each other, which is kind of inconsistent. Like I don't feel like the jock would necessarily know the nerd. I don't feel like the popular girl would, know the goth girl. Like it don't really work. Like, I mean, you have an idea of people in your class, but you're not comfortable walking up, talking in the library, like, hey, I got some things I want to run by you. So that part of it, and I agree with you, like the payoff with Casey getting the girl, and then like, no freaking way, bro. You're a Harry Potter looking ass. Get up out of here, bro. Like you're never going to pull her. Let's keep it a bean. And then everything Ash said too. So, y'all really nailed that. Lastly, moral of the story, in your opinion, Mia B.
Child. I said, you may just have to take matters into your own hands. Because I felt like all of the times he was trying to get somebody to believe his story, like telling his parents, telling the teachers, it was pointless because you just got to figure this out. Because why are you trying to tell everybody? You know they're not going to believe you. Just figure it out.
I like it. Take the matters in your own hands, Ash.
That was really good.
It was really good. I wish I thought of that. That's why I was like, damn.
All I had was don't judge a book by its cover. Simply because a lot of even the architect, like they weren't to what meets the eye. Zeke is a genius, even though he's like a bad boy. Stokely's not a lesbian. Stan doesn't want to be the star core, so you just can't judge people off of looks and appearance. You gotta peel back those layers.
Shout out to Shrek. Y'all made excellent, so I'm gonna go real low hanging. Bring your own water bottles and take showers at home, man. Like I know Mia's talking about like, hey, listen, they put the bug in your ear, you know what I'm saying, all that, but like, listen, don't be drinking none of that water, sprinklers, none of that. Like, bring your own water bottle And take your showers at home. You don't want no old, dirty, walking dead ass lady crawling up on you talking about help me dehydrated, like water, SpongeBob, Patrick head ass. Like, nah, bro. Like, get up off me. Like, I'm naked, I'm exposed. Don't touch me at all. So
You're crazy.
so bring your water bottle, take showers at home. I don't know what y'all on. Y'all taking showers at the public joint, like y'all wilding for real. Like, come on, man. And that is our episode. But before we get out of here, of course, we always like to give y'all the preview of our next episode so y'all can stream the film so that y'all can react with us, watch it, and enjoy it. We can all connect together. So with that being said, the last movie of our Scary Hours month of films is on Mia B. We have no idea. We did not conversate before. So this is a surprise to us as well as it is to y'all. So without further ado, Mia B, the floor is yours.
Hello, guys. So I thought a lot about this. I had to think a lot about this because as a horror girly, I didn't want to, I can't pull y'all in too far because I can go all the way there. I can go all the way there. And my love, my passion, it goes deep. I'm in these horror movie trenches. And I don't know if y'all ready for all
We
that.
only had one rule. Like, that was it. Like, you could go as far
but,
as you wanted.
But even so, like, a lot of those be some of the best. Like, but we ain't even got to go.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair.
So what I decided was I was gonna take it back, bring it back black a little bit, and pick a movie executive produced by Spike Lee, not directed by Spike Lee, executive produced. And one that has a collection of stories that will be easy to break down in a story by story format.
Uh-oh.
So we're going to be talking about the 1995 film Tales from the Hood.
When you said collection, that's where my mind went. I did not know he was connected to that. So what made you pick that?
So it's one of my, again, me and Mama C, my cousins, my sister, like, we love this movie. It's just the right amount of scary. It has comedy elements, of course, as well, just like, the original Tales from the Crypt that it was based off of. But it's got a lot of good messaging, a lot of good storytelling. And I love the blackification of Tales from the Crypt into Tales from the Hood. I love the social commentary in it as well. And I think it's just going to be a good conversation piece.
Mm-hmm. This was by far the scariest thing I watched as a kid. I remember it clear as day. This is by far the scariest. This is the scariest thing, and I never believed that they could make David Alan Grier as scary as he was. I said, "Wow, he pulled this off," because I was genuinely scared. Like,
love it.
So that's why when you picked this, I remember you alluding to this when you were on Culture Garden. So the fact that you brought this here, it's going to be really really interesting. So I might not even have overall conversation because we're going to elaborate so much on this. Was it 3 stories?
There is 1, 2. I think there's 4.
There's 4.
If
okay.
you don't count like the main.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, and that's within it. So that's like 5 if you're talking about lucky. But yeah, wow. What a pick. What a pick. It's one of the ones.
You seen it, Ash?
Yeah, it's been a long time, so it'll be like a new watch.
Yeah, I'm stoked about it. I think it's an excellent pick, Mia. I'm stoked about it, and I'm looking forward to it. With that being said, y'all know, Tales from the Hood, So y'all go ahead and tune in. Y'all got a week to watch it. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, we'll get into our TGIF for this month. We got something special for y'all. So y'all just stay tuned and be prepared. We're going to give y'all something really special and personal. So with that being said, reach out to us, the childishgrownups3@gmail.com or the Childish Grown Up Show, no spaces, on Instagram. And y'all can get our personal handles if y'all just follow us. Y'all see it all on there, man. Anything else y'all want to lead the people? Ash, Bash, me, and B before we get out of here.
I had a good time tonight and looking forward to reviewing the final Halloween film, Scary Hours.
Final Halloween film, but it will not be the final scary movie because, I got so much more in my bag.
You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Ash already got us started early with the good son. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you never know.
Doing numbers too,
Movie.
Hey, we always ready. Like, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get it twisted.
Always ready, but we going to
be... Simmer.
You ain't the only one in the gym now. Look.
No doubt. Hold on now. Yeah, hey, Queens. But yeah, y'all. So y'all stay tuned, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is y'all favorite day of the week. I don't know if it's gonna come out the following day or the day after, but y'all stay subscribed and stay tuned when this drops. In the meantime, in between time, thank y'all for checking us out, hanging out with us, riding bikes, hanging on the playing ground, all that good stuff. But we gotta go. Gotta get back to the crib. Peace out.